Right out of the gate, I'm just gonna be completely honest as to why I'm submitting myself to this torture once again. The only reason I'm even doing this, the only reason, is because of a thumbnail I made that I was content with. I didn't love it or anything, not even moderately. I was content with it. Content. There's a few reasons why my attitude towards this game and playing it has changed between my last Minecraft challenge and now in a more COVID-free world. First of all, it's a kiddie game made for children, where the purpose of the game is to what? Kill some imaginary dragon and then acquire a flying suit. Really? Grow up. I enjoy more realistic titles, focusing on adult man things like money and drugs and a little bit of anime too, and other cool shit like murder and killing and arson and pinball. Hey, don't shame a man for having a passion, alright? Nobody has a problem when men play football, but one person plays one pinball game wearing a pitbull shirt and everybody loses their mind. Secondly, I enjoy Minecraft in periods, and that has always been the case. This game is one that I only am able to stomach in several smaller bites. By that I mean that I'm easily bored, and after a few nights of finding diamond, the game begins to become a grind to me. No resting, 24/7 grind. Well, I guess that's pretty much any game, but I especially find this to be the case with Minecraft. Even though the game is filled to the brim with a lot of things to do and places to discover, but after you've been playing on and off since... Actually, how long has it been? It could also just be the lack of automatic weapons that my melted sociopath gamer brain, as portrayed by the media, is required to see in order for a game to be any mild form of entertainment. If you can't plow down civilians in a 4-mile radius, is your game really open world with unlimited possibilities? I think not. Anyways, to further prove how much I have dreaded even beginning to work on this video, you would just have to look at the creation date of the thumbnail. Yeah, it's been a while. Is the thumbnail even good enough? It's been so long that I'm beginning to question everything. Is this even worth it? Or am I just perpetually falling deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole of producing B-tier content for brainwashed Zoomers and 34-year-olds? Oh, wait. Why? Enough depressed posting for one video. I'm still young and there's still so much dread and existentialism. Get it? Cause that's the name. Let's try and focus on the more important thing at hand. The utterly drained Minecraft idea. Yeah, it's that bad. I didn't say that I was original, okay? It's your fault for believing in a channel called Dread. I would upload stretched out human filth if I could, but we're not all that lucky. So without any further stretching to the 8-minute mark, let's just begin this mess of a video. But first, make sure to like the video and subscribe, or I'll smash you into little pieces. Do it now. Nah, but for real, please do so. It helps out the channel and I appreciate it a lot. So make sure to do that, and make sure to follow my Twitter, DreadXE, in order to be entered into a giveaway I recently started with a chance of winning this brand new PlayStation 5 keychain, t-shirt, poster, JPEG file. The game spawned me on an island with nothing but trees and other craftable items. Normally I would see this as an all-around win, but I quickly remembered the title of this video and my ideas and happiness quickly faded away as I realized that the possibilities I had and the ways that I could take on this challenge were fewer than I had in mind. But I would not let that faze me, so as I continued deeper inside the map, I began my first objective, which would be to gather some consumables, which is the first item that I would need for this arduous journey, in order to keep up the pace a little more. Unfortunately, the possibility of getting this food cooked wasn't a possibility yet, because of my lack of furnaces, for obvious reasons. Luckily, I remembered that a furnace could spawn in villages. So with that piece of information in mind, I continued moving forward, now with a secondary goal in mind: find a village. I continued walking down the coast where I found my next prize, an abandoned and half-sunken shipwreck. These are randomly generated structures that can spawn near the coast. These are very needed prizes for journeys such as my own, because of the loot possibilities. Inside the ship you'll be able to find 3 chests. One contains food, one is for treasures, and the third has a treasure map that leads to more goods. Overall, shipwreck's good. Shout out the Bermuda Triangle for blessing me with this one. I decided to challenge myself and therefore decided to follow the map for the hidden treasure. Luckily, this was not a far walk from the shipwreck, which is kind of depressing for the crew that had to die so close to their beloved treasure. But I like to see the positives in life, so therefore I gave a thank you prayer to the dead crew and collected my prize. Unfortunate that 70% of the items were useless to me, considering my situation. Anyway, that little bump is not gonna slow me down, so I continued moving moving forward. From just doing this exact thing over and over again, I was able to acquire a fishing rod, which I decided to put to use. Luckily, this wasn't a speedrun, because I'm getting more distracted than the entire population of China the day when nothing happened in Tiananmen Square. After roaming around for, I would say, an hour, I finally found what I was looking for. A village. Here, I should be able to get everything I needed to continue to the second dimension. So I did what I had to do and stole all the resources of this poor village. I would say that I feel bad for leaving this place worse than I found it, but I mean, come on, it could be worse. And when I feel kind of bad, I like to imagine that this was a villager death cult that worships Satan and sacrifices the little villager children. And then I just don't feel bad. And before anybody tries to debunk this theory, there's actually some solid proof to back this theory up. Just go to the site. I collected everything that I needed and continued moving forward. And you know how once you find that one thing you've been looking for hours, then suddenly that thing becomes something you just bought 4 or 5 times every 5 minutes. Well, that happened to me. I think I must have found at least 5 villages after this one. And with that luck, you can probably imagine that none of those had furnaces. So yeah, after that I moved forward, and then I found this nether portal that I was able to finish with the blocks of obsidian I found in a chest earlier. This wasn't as good as first expected, since all I was able to find because of the spawn location was a bastion, I think it's called, and that would have been great if I had a pickaxe and could craft. Unfortunately, yeah. Ultimately, that portal was less than useful, so I abandoned it and continued moving forward. I decided instead of continuing moving inland, I would instead move to the sea. I was quickly entrapped by a zombie with a Neptune fork or whatever that thing is, but luckily I was able to escape its grasp. And then I found it, what I had been looking for about 30 minutes, an underwater ravine. Without telling you, I had secretly been collecting stuff for this exact scenario. You see, building another portal usually requires either a lot of obsidian collected with a diamond pickaxe or a bucket, which you craft. So with neither of those options at my doorstep, I had to get creative. Luckily, the YouTuber inside me remembered that creativity is dead, and one look at Reddit revealed all the knowledge that I need. And no, I'm not talking about dating advice. I'm not that desperate. The trick I found required a few items: a fence gate, some sand and wood, and a few doors. And with all of those things collected, all I needed was a ravine, which I found. So after finishing the portal and entering, I then realized something, a fatal mistake I hadn't considered. I can't craft blaze powder. With that in mind, I quickly realized that this was impossible. There was simply nothing that I could do. It was over. There was simply nothing that I could do. This new update had saved me. Who could have guessed that Mojang would be able to feel my predicament and save me by releasing this real, authentic, 100% real, it's real, it's real update to the game. So as I was collecting all that I needed from this thing, I may have gone a little overboard, which crashed my game. This fucked a lot with my recording, so I'm missing the part where I find the end portal. Yes, this time it wasn't covered and genuinely impossible to find. I appreciate that. I feel like that should sort of be a given, but okay, that's fine. Hopefully me finding and entering the portal wasn't that big of a deal. So I quickly take care of the dragon, flying around, taking down each tower one at a time. Doesn't this sound familiar? On September 11th, and that was it. I beat Minecraft without crafting, probably as the first person in the world. And with that, I have an announcement to make. I'll be at your local church, so go on inside and worship me, because I am a prophet, the only real person that has ever finished the game of Minecraft without crafting.
So deep into the mine shaft, Steve mined up all the emeralds and the diamond ore. Steve knew he could mine the diamonds, swallows up your mine of gold, and I don't know just where we've got a mine. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. That sound is creepers trying to kill us. Another one that's running into our base. We need to kill all of the creepers. Mining down to the bedrock, and I don't know just where we've gotta mine. Whoa.